The door slammed shut behind Caitriona Balfe as she left an interview that afternoon. Her face was serious, her eyes lost, and her hand was clenched around her phone. That last statement, "Sam and I are no longer hanging out," had silenced the room for a few seconds, and now social media was exploding. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, the beloved duo from Outlander who had wowed audiences with their unfakeable chemistry, were now the stuff of shocking headlines. They had been the definition of the perfect friendship, the belief of millions that friendships between men and women, between the spotlight and the real world, could survive untarnished. But what had really happened? We were really close, Caitriona admitted in an exclusive interview with LUK, but then things change. Number one knows exactly what things were, but people close to them say a lull began to creep in between the two after the end of Outlander Season 7. As filming wrapped, their intimate gatherings began to lose Sam or Kate's name. No more behind-the-scenes selfies, no more funny TikTok videos, no more affectionate glances. An insider, who asked to remain anonymous, shared that Sam had invited Caitriona to private events several times, but she often said she had a baby or that it was not convenient. Meanwhile, Caitriona felt that Sam was becoming more distant, focusing more on her own projects, relationships outside the industry, and texting less. When a friendship is really important, you don't just keep it when things are going well, Caitriona said, her voice trailing off. Sam is the person I thought would be with me until the end of this journey. But sometimes there are turns where the other person doesn't want to go with me anymore. The fan community was immediately divided into two opinions. One side thought that Caitriona's private life and family obligations after becoming a mother had changed her priorities. The other side leaned toward the theory that Sam, with her secretive lifestyle and relentless ambition, had severed the old bond. Notably, a few weeks before Caitriona made the above statement, Sam had shared a suggestive post on Instagram, which included the line, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than any conversation." The status line raised fan suspicions that Sam was also feeling the distance, or that he was the one choosing it. When asked directly about her current relationship with Sam, Caitriona was silent for a few seconds before replying, "I don't resent him, I just don't get invited around Glasgow anymore." She chuckled, but her eyes couldn't hide the sadness. For those who have followed their journey for nearly a decade, this is nothing short of a shock. They were more than just co-stars, they were witnesses to their pain, their triumphs, and their backstage tears. There were times when fans even swore they saw love in their eyes, but today, all those memories seem to be left only in old albums, and in the hearts of those who once hoped. So what's next? Caitriona is currently working on an independent film in Paris, while Sam is in the midst of launching a new action series, possibly his next 007. Although they are no longer together in real life, they still have respect for each other in their work. But as Caitriona says, we are two different people now, with two different worlds. And that's okay. While Sam and Caitriona's relationship is no longer what it used to be, what they once had, at least in the eyes of fans, will always be an indelible part of Outlander's history. The story of going from best friends to strangers may be regretful to many people, but sometimes that's the truth of adult life, where connections that were once deep can also fade over time. Sam Heughan sat quietly in the corner of his New York hotel room, staring out through the glass of a high-rise. The city lights reflected off the whiskey in his hand, the only thing that kept him warm amid the media storm. Less than 48 hours after Caitriona Balfe's shocking announcement, headlines like "Friendship Breaks," "Relationship Goes Cold After 10 Years," and "Sam Heughan, What's the Real Cause?" had filled the entertainment news pages. Finally, Sam decided to speak up. "I've read everything," he began in an interview with Vanity Fair. "And to be honest, I don't know when we lost each other." He paused. This wasn't the strong, funny, and in control Sam Heughan in public. This was a vulnerable, honest, and somewhat weary Sam. "We were everything to each other, in the purest way possible. The long days of filming in Scotland, the celebrations of successful roles, the times we just sat around talking until 2 a.m. about life, about our dreams. I thought we would always have that, no matter what the world threw at us. So what caused them to drift apart? Sam doesn't blame, but he admits that Outlander changed things, not just their lives, but how they saw themselves. In the final seasons, he and Caitriona had less time alone than they did before. She became a mother, he pursued his own projects, and they drifted in different directions. I don't blame her for living her own life. I just wish we had talked more instead of letting the silence consume us. When asked about their current relationship, Sam muses. He recounts a moment when he realized that distance had formed. Caitriona's recent birthday. I sent a congratulatory message along with an old photo of us from 2015. But no reply. No emojis. No thank you. He smiles slightly, but there is more to the smile than sadness. Maybe regret, maybe a feeling of being left out. There are also whispers that part of the rift was due to Sam being considered for the role of James Bond. The project's scale made him more private, more reserved with the media, and also made him harder to reach with old friends, including Caitriona. I can't deny that I've become distant, but that doesn't mean I don't care. I'm just trying to be a better version of myself. But is there still hope for the friendship? Sam replied, speaking slowly. I don't believe that a bond like ours can ever be completely lost. It can be dormant, it can be silent, but it's still there. He paused, then looked directly into the camera lens as if speaking directly to Caitriona. If you're watching this, know that I'm never mad at you. And if one day you want to walk around Glasgow with me again, like the old days, I'll be there. Always, undelete moments. Throughout the conversation, Sam repeatedly mentioned moments that he considered sacred, like the time they cried together after the parting scene in Season 2, or the time Caitriona gave him an antique pocket watch to celebrate his film debut. These weren't extravagant gifts. These are memories that money can't buy, delicate slices of a friendship that was once more beautiful than anything off-screen. A source close to the pair revealed they never had a serious argument. There was no betrayal, no terrible conflict. It was just one day they woke up and they weren't talking to each other anymore. So what happens next? The fan community, after the initial shock, has begun to shift from outrage to hope. Hashtags like #BringBackSamKate, #Reignite the Friendship and #From Strangers to Soulmates are trending on social media. Perhaps, like any truly deep relationship, Sam and Caitriona's friendship needs a breather. And who knows, maybe one rainy day in Scotland, they will meet again at the old coffee shop, and that first smile will open a new chapter. Because if someone is home, sooner or later, they will find their way back.